Hey, God bless you. Greetings to you in the name of Jesus Christ. I welcome you to our little channel. While not elaborate like some, I thank God for the opportunity to herald His word. I do want to warn you, I live in Memphis, Tennessee, the United States of America. This is a pretty tough city, and where I live, it has its challenges. So if you hear dogs or cars and all the ruckus in my neighborhood, I apologize in advance. I can't do anything about that. There's a siren going on now. I must continue in spite of, because, I don't know how you tune in on this channel. My prayer is that you have an ear to hear what the Spirit of the Lord is saying. Yes, I want to begin with two things. Number one, please check out let me let this go. Please check out the podcast. I believe it's tay-love, one life.podbean.com. I have a link on the screen, whatever that says. Okay, I might have it backwards. Whatever the screen says, check out the podcast. If you like this kind of, people want the quick stuff on YouTube, the shorts, and, I want to watch a whole bunch of, that's fine. But if you are moved by some reason to learn and grow, and God pushes you to want more in-depth teaching, then I want to invite you to the podcast, because that's where we have a lot longer, messages. It's rich in study, that kind of thing. I'm trying this new podium out. I was blessed with it, and so we'll see if I like it. If it's kind of restrictive, I don't know. I can move and do a thing or two. All right, so check out the podcast. Number two, I want to send a shout out to Chick-fil-A. As you see, I got the hat. I'm sporting it. I'm rocking it. This is a seasonal item. I want to encourage you, if you live in America, get the Chick-fil-A app. Download the app. Use the app. They give you free points, and when you get points, you get free food. To me, the Chick-fil-A app is so slick, you don't even need to go to the register. That's kind of like antiquated, outdated, old. You could be on that app as you walking into the store, kind of getting your order ready. Once you pick what you want, you simply scan the little barcode on the table. It'll tell them what table you're sitting at, and you just sit there and they bring you your food. So, in my opinion, especially once you order once and you save it in there, it's too easy. I mean, click, click, click within a few minutes. If you like me, I like to, if I like something, I keep getting it. So, mine is, I think it's number 1 deluxe, and I get American cheese, and I just get the large waffle fries, etc. So anyway, around the holidays, they have a Chick-fil-A store. And yes, this is one of many cool little items you can get and rock that Chick-fil-A out. I mean, it's a high quality hat. I'm so glad I missed out on it the previous year. And so when I saw it come up again in the app, I said, I'm not going to miss my opportunity. So, hey, all my Chick-fil-A folks, represent Chick-fil-A well. Finally, I will say a shout out to Global Friends Memphis. I got this towel. I was hanging out with Anna with Global Friends Memphis, and I was blessed. She blessed me with this towel. I really like Global Friends. I like the concept. I was a military kid. I moved, and I have been to more schools than the years in school. So, I just have a heart for people who are kind of new and settling in. So anyway, thank you, Global Friends. With that being said, let's get into this video. It's probably going to be very short, but I want to talk about something that I think you'll find that's interesting, because there are a few mainline religions in the world. And when I say religions, I'm talking about monotheistic religions, the one who say there's one God. Okay, you got Judaism, Christianity, Islam, and there might be a slew of other ones, but those are the 3 biggest ones. Christianity and Islam are humongous. Now, I am not saying Jesus is the same as Allah and Muhammad. Absolutely not. They are not the same. There are plenty of channels like David Wood, and I think his name is Give Light. There's plenty of channels that really go deep off into that. However, when I was reading the Bible, I noticed something, and I said, I wonder what a Muslim person would think when they read this truth as it relates to their faith. So, this is, ladies and gentlemen, Sharia law or Sharia Law, however you say it, Sharia Law in the Bible. Now, I'm going to be reading out of one passage. We'll talk about a few points, and that is it. If this resonates with you at all, please share it, because I know there's somebody else who would be amazed and probably helped if they were to come in the know of this message. So with that being said, let's go to the Bible. This is the New Testament. We're going to read out of the book of Acts, chapter 6, and we're going to start at verse 11. What's the context? Hey, the context briefly is the day of Pentecost has come. Peter, the apostles, they're moving through, sharing, preaching, miracles, healing. Many people are getting saved. You have Acts chapter 5 where they're jailed, they come out, and in so many words, there's a distribution going on, and there's some widows that need to be taken care of. They assign men. That's a whole nother song for another day. But even though at this time there's roughly about 10,000 people in this new church, they do not select women to do these tasks. Okay? Another song for another day. But they assign men to kind of go and do the work. And so we're further down in the chapter, and we're at the end of chapter 6. So again, Acts chapter 6, we're going to read verse 11 through 15, through 14. King James, it reads, "Then they, stubborn men, which said, We have heard him speak blasphemous words against Moses and against God. And they stirred up the people and the elders and the scribes, and came upon him and caught him and brought him to the council, and set up false witnesses, which said, This man ceaseth not to speak blasphemous words against this holy place and the law. For we have heard him say that this Jesus of Nazareth shall destroy this place and shall change the customs which Moses delivered us." Acts 6, 11 through 14, King James Version. Folks, you saw one word 2 times in that passage. And I want to talk about that. That one word was blasphemous. Okay? Blasphemous. The reason why I say that is there is something in the world, if you are in overseas in the Asias, the India, the Asia, the Nepal, the Bangladesh, if you're in that area right there, what else? Afghanistan, or even the Middle East, Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Iran, you are very well aware, according to Sharia law, what is called the blasphemy laws. And the world stage, the stage of the world, has gotten attention of specifically Pakistan's blasphemy laws. Years ago, there was a lady who was in prison. Her name is Asia Bibi. Okay, you can look this up. This is free information age. This is not some secret. This is World Wide Web. Okay, Asia Bibi was in prison for nearly 10 years for a blasphemy accusation, and in so many words, she was released after 10 years. I don't remember the whole story, but the point is this, folks. The blasphemy law, the blasphemy concept, it's in the Bible. I just read it to you, okay? Again, these folks, the religious leaders at that time, were trying to accuse Peter and the new, fresh eyewitnesses of Jesus. They were trying to accuse them falsely of blasphemy. What they're saying is, hey, religious leaders, these guys are guilty of the worst religious crime. They need to be punished. As a matter of fact, we heard them say such and such and such. All right, sound familiar? Now I'm going to read something to you, okay? So again, blasphemy, Sharia law, the concept of we're going to try to punish people if they say something against, our way of life, our holy book, our God, our prophet, etc. The same thing is going on right here in this Bible, folks. the same thing. All right, so let's break that down. Let's just read what's considered the blasphemy laws in Pakistan. And y'all will see why I'm saying this to you. If you're a Muslim, if you're a Sunni, if you're a Shiite, if you are a Seeker, a Sikh, if you're in that kind of part of the world, Africa has a lot of Muslims, okay? Listen to this. Pakistan's blasphemy laws criminalize actions that are considered to insult the beliefs or practices of any recognized religion in the country. Oh. According to this text definition, it's not just a law that's pro-Islam. It's a law of any recognized religion in the country. That's what it says now. All right? So here are what these laws include. And I'm going to put these on the screen so y'all can see them. These laws include defaming the Prophet Muhammad. Section 295-C of the Pakistan Penal Code carries a mandatory death sentence. Translation: if you say something that's negative, if somebody doesn't like what you say, what they're really trying to do is pull out a gun and kill you. That's what this law says. If I hear you say something about the Prophet Muhammad, I might as well pull out a gun and kill you. Because this right here carries a mandatory death sentence. Now do you see the motivation of somebody? It's kind of like how the Jim Crow, the post-1865 Abraham Lincoln, we're going to liberate the slaves and we're going to set these black folks free. And then after that, what went on? Even still to this day in America, this is what a lot of people don't know unless you black in America. What went on, and even to this day, if you black and you in the wrong area, this is the same thing that apply to you when you black. 1865, 66, what happened? If they see you look at a white woman, you dare not say nothing. You better not whistle. You better not sit in the wrong seat. Or don't you be in the wrong store. Anything you do as a black person in America, 1865 on up, even to this day, you better be careful. What might as you well do? You might as well pull out a gun and kill that black person. Because they find that, oh, you done broke the law, the Jim Crow law, get over here, this, that, and the other. In other words, laws that foster hatred and murder and the supremacy of some and the diminishing of others, guess what, folks? It's right here in the Bible. It's right here in the Bible. So, Sharia law, the concept of we're going to kind of silently intimidate people. Oh, you better not say nothing. Did you say something? Did you say something? Or, I don't like this person. That dude right there, I don't like him. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do the same thing they did here. Remember, it says right here in this text, Acts chapter 6, verse 13, and set up false witnesses, which said, this man ceaseth not to speak blasphemous words against this holy place in the law. In the Bible, folks, they set up false witnesses. Isn't that the same thing that's going on today in the Muslim world? If they don't like somebody, I don't like that guy. I don't like him. Hey, come here. We both say, he said blasphemy. That same thing's in the Bible. It's the same thing that's in the Bible. So again, these laws perpetuate hatred, intimidation, coercion, and even murder. And that's what happened here in the book of Acts. This is right after they just got out of prison for pretty much the same thing. They got out of prison, they were brought back to the council, and look, they were flogged. They were beaten right before this chapter begins. So I just want to say the concept of the blasphemy laws, yeah, it's right here in the Bible. It's not new. That's the point I'm making. Let's read another law in the Pakistan blasphemy laws. Desecrating the Quran. Section 295-B of the Pakistan Penal Code carries a life sentence. If you say something, okay, about the Prophet Muhammad, it's a mandatory death sentence. If you touch the Quran, hey, he touched the Quran. Hey, he touched the Quran. If you do that, what does it say? It carries a life sentence. You might as well throw that person's life away if they are accused, even falsely accused. You see, here's what I'm saying. Do you think somebody, especially people that are non-Muslim, do you think a non-Muslim person walks around knowing these laws and does it anyway? Not likely. Folks, listen. There's something in America called capital murder. Depending on how you kill somebody, premeditated and all that, there's plenty of crime shows. Capital murder means that's one of the highest convictions for murder you can get. And what is that often repaid, or what's the punishment? The death penalty. So if you look at the total population of America, let's throw out here roughly 350 million. How many out of that number walks around saying, whoops, capital murder, whoops, capital murder? Is anybody doing that? No, they're not. You know why? Because they know the penalty of killing somebody in a certain way. They know the punishment. That's what keeps them from committing crimes. So again, you see, why is it always in the news? Oh, blasphemy, blasphemy. Them Christians did blasphemy. If they already know you're going to be killed, if you say something about Muhammad, are they really saying something? No, they're probably not saying something. All right, let's keep going. This law says also, insulting Muslim holy figures, section 295-A of the Pakistan Penal Code carries a sentence of up to 10 years in prison, a fine, or both. So I just read 295-A, 295-B, 295-C. If you say something about Muhammad, if you desecrate the Quran, if you insult any holy figures, we got something for you. Even falsely, just like we read here. Now, let me read this statement here. Hopefully this will help somebody. Blasphemy laws in Pakistan have been criticized by human rights groups, academics, and members of the judiciary and government. Some say the laws are often misused to persecute religious minorities and settle personal disputes. This is the same thing that happened with blacks, 1865, 1900, 1950, 1970. Even today, I'm telling you, it just seems like it can't go too long in America for some type of racial crime. Here we go. The dude that was jogging in the neighborhood, Ahmaud Arbery, all he was doing was jogging. Some white folks didn't like the fact that he was in there, so they made up a reason to go pull a gun on him and ended up shooting him right there because they didn't like him. That was already in their heart. That's the spirit behind these laws, okay? Just like it was here. These same people, they already put the folks in jail. They already whipped them and flogged them. Now they said, well, that's not enough. We can't let up. This spirit of hatred, coercion, the spirit of supremacy, meaning we're better than them. I don't like them. Let's try to get them. Let's conspire against them again. Again, 13, and set up false witnesses. They stirred the people. They're trying to work this opportunity to capitalize, and they want a return on the hatred they have for these folks, the apostles, those who walked with Jesus. So, three things, other issues with the Pakistan's blasphemy laws. One, they have unfair trials. Blasphemy trials can be delayed for years, and the evidence is often based on witness testimony. So, all I need is my brother that I have stirred, even falsely, and we too can say that he did it. And then, because there's no witness on the other side, it's just a legal loophole. And those who made these codes, they know that. And so they're going to punish you. You might sit in jail like Asia Bibi, 10 years. She ain't do nothing. And so, anyway. Number two, abuse of the legal system. The legal system is said to have failed to prevent the abuse of blasphemy laws. That's the same thing in America. If you're a black person in America, you got to be very, very careful. Black males are the highest incarcerated person in the American penal system. Federal, state, county, jail. Yes, there are crimes that go on, but the black man, he's incarcerated a lot. Now, I know there's videos on YouTube. In my opinion, a lot of these black guys, they do it to themselves. Yeah, they need to make a different decision. All that hood thug life and whatever else, yeah, they could make a different choice. However, I'm a black man too. And I know when I go somewhere, especially if I'm not in a city, if I'm outside of Memphis or Detroit or St. Louis or New York and I start getting a little bit, I'm like, hold on. What side of town is this? I don't see no color. Oh, I better be careful. Let's sit up straight when I drive. Let's make sure I click the turn signal. Click, 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 click. Let's turn real slow. I don't want no trouble. That's the truth, folks. It's the truth. Okay? The last thing about these laws, vigilante violence. People accused of blasphemy are sometimes targeted and killed by mobs before their trial. Folks, we live in the information age. What that means is no one has to be ignorant pretty much about anything. I don't have to live in Pakistan to have the verbiage of the Pakistani blasphemy law. I just read them to you. You don't have to be ignorant of the Constitution of the United States. You can get online and read the documents. The World Wide Web pretty much eliminates ignorance for the most part. It's just a matter of what kind of appetite do you have to learn and grow, especially when it comes to God's Word. Folks, that's all I got for this video. I thank you for tuning in. Please share, like, and subscribe, all that stuff, man. It'll help the channel. We're just trying to get the word out. Again, however you got here, I thank you. And that concludes this video about the Pakistan blasphemy law. Sharia law, even in the Bible. God bless you.
Hit the tracks, man. Preach the gospel, man. 28:19. Make disciples of all. Make disciples.
One life, one death, one tithe.